I was wondering, how are the Niners going to handle this? Is this going to be the day that they introduce Trey Lance to the fans? Like, not really introduce, but unveil him in all his glory, the way that they have for the media this week with, you know, all these quarterback runs, the zone read run a million different ways, all these rollout passes left and right, just using his arm, but using his legs equally. That's what we've been seeing the last week. I was like, I wonder if they're going to show that to the fans today. Nope, that's not what the fans got. The fans got Jimmy G, a whole lot of Jimmy G, mostly Jimmy G. We'll talk about Trey Lance later, but the whole idea was forget about that guy. That guy, I mean, is not. It's all about Jimmy. And it's funny is they have pictures of Jimmy Garoppolo all over the stadium wearing the new red 94 throwbacks, looking real handsome. They're really, really selling it that he's going to be the quarterback this year. So, what did they do to make him look good? First of all, it's subtle stuff, and I don't know how many of you fans would notice it, but it looks like it's the starting defense he's facing. Fred Warner's out there, Dre Greenlaw's out there, DJ Jones is out there, K'Wan Williams, Jimmy Ward. That's it, though. Everyone else is a backup. The entire defensive line is out. Nick Bosa, D Ford, Javon Kinlaw, Eric Armstead, Samson Ebukam, all out today. And I'm sure most of them are really hurt, but Javon Kinlaw, I mean, he practiced yesterday. Where was he today? D Ford, he was in 11 on 11s the last few days, took the day off. Why? Because the goal of today was to make Jimmy Garoppolo look good. Not necessarily to prepare him to be his best during the season, because he could be playing for the Texans this season. It was to make him look good in front of 20,000 people who had their phones out, are going to be recording. And that's what they did. Although there's only so much you can do for Jimmy Garoppolo. You don't call the deep throws, although he threw two long ones that almost got intercepted. One to Ayuk running an out route. Jason Verrett undercut it. It was underthrown, almost picked it off. Then he threw a deep throw up the middle out to Kittle, who was double covered, almost got picked off. So they had to, work around Jimmy doing Jimmy, but they still made him look good. And here's what was interesting. They had this period where usually they just kind of set up at one spot on the field, like the 40-yard line, and just work from there all day. But today they wanted to give the fans a little feel of real football. So they started off at a certain spot and they would drive. And if, you got the first down, you keep going. If you didn't, you didn't. So at first, let's see what he did. He goes 3 and out to start. Hands off to Mostert for 5. Checks down to Kittle for 2. Throws incomplete to Ayuk on 3rd and 3. Passes broken up by Jason Verrett. I don't know why he's throwing to Jason Verrett when, there's Tavon Wilson and Emmanuel Mosley out there, but he was going at Jason Verrett all day, got broken up by Jason Verrett. 3 and out to start. Okay, they come back, and he hits Charlie Werner in the left flat. Ball goes about 1 yard past the line of scrimmage. He runs for 15. Next play, Trey Sermon runs for 20. So they get him down into the defense's territory. He makes 2 nice throws in a row, one to Ayuk over the middle, one to Samuel over the middle, both for 10 yards. Trey Sermon runs for 5. Now they're right in the low red zone. Now Jimmy Garoppolo, it's his time to shine. This is probably where they're going to take him out this season and put in Trey Lance, but they left him in today. And on the first play, he throws the ball out of the back of the end zone. I guess he didn't like what he saw. This is where Trey Lance might scramble. But Jimmy throws the ball away, even though top 5 defensive linemen are out, and he had all the time in the world to do something. Next play, 3rd and goal from the 5. He throws to Samuel, who's covered by Verrett, broken up. So they don't score there in the red zone. So, I mean, they're trying their best to make Jimmy Garoppolo look good, but he's not really following through on his end of the bargain. They've taken out all these starters, and he keeps throwing at the one starter who's on the field. Like, he keeps going at Verrett. And they're like, dude, Jimmy, we're trying to make you look good here. Would you help us out? Come on. So what they do is they give him one more. And this time they take Jason Verrett and Emmanuel Mosley out and replace them with Diamador Lenore and B.W. Webb. Couple of backup corners. So now the only starters on the field are Greenlaw, Ward, and Warner. And this time, here's what happens. First pass is a check down to Mostert that's behind him, incomplete. He was hoping. The next one is a nice throw. No, it's not a nice throw. It's a completion to Sanu over the middle. It's behind Sanu. Sanu has one of these. You've seen him where like a wide receiver is running this way, spins back this way and catches it and kind of does a pirouette and keeps going. It's really nice by Sanu. Runs for another 20 yards. It's a 30-yard gain. Bad throw behind him. If you guys are there, you know what I'm talking about. Some of these clips are online. Then he checks down to Mostert again. Then they hand off to Sermon 5 yards. Checks down to Sanu for 5. Throws. Okay, you guys remember this one. So they're in the red zone again, and this time he's got Ayuk, he's got Kittle, he's got Samuel. No starting corners, no starting D line. It's like take as much time as you want, Jimmy. Find whoever you want and throw it and get it to him. So he's buying time. He starts pointing. Starts doing one of these, and Ayuk starts running over there, and he throws the ball like right to BW Webb. So that was incomplete. That wasn't that cool. Then the next play, he throws a little dinker to George Kittle for 5 yards, gets him to about the 3. Then the next play, he has a quick throw on the left to Sanu running a slant, throws it behind him. Sanu has to go up like this, misses it. That should have been a touchdown. So they really want Jimmy Garoppolo to like finish the day with a touchdown so everyone can say Jimmy looked good and the Texans will hear, or the Colts. And so they line up George Kittle at like the 2-yard line at wide receiver against Diamador Lenore, who's 5'10 and a rookie. And touchdown. It's like D'Amico Ryans, are you really like that matchup, or were you forced into that matchup? Anyway, that's how you pump up a player's stock, even when he's not even playing that great. It's like, I'm nothing against Jimmy Garoppolo. It's just he plays the same way every single day. You know what he does. There's good Jimmy, there's bad Jimmy. He's limited. We've talked about it a million times. And Kyle here, like, I don't care. He's going to have a good day. I'm going to make sure he has a good day. So I think it's real clear that the Niners want to get a first-round pick for Jimmy Garoppolo, think they can get a first-round pick for Jimmy Garoppolo, are trying to prove it, and they can't let him crash and burn in front of their own fans. They cannot let that happen. Remember that time where he threw 5 picks in front of the media? They can't let that stuff happen anymore. He just has to look really good. So instead of like training him to be better and like having him work on the deep throws or think he doesn't do that well, just do all the easy stuff, look good, get through practice, throw a touchdown pass against some rookie 5th-round pick, call it a good day, and hope the Texans bite. So that's what the Niners did today, and I think is really perfect. It's what I would do. If the goal is to trade Jimmy Garoppolo for the best thing available, that's how you do it. So good for them. That's what I saw today. When people say that Jimmy Garoppolo had a better day than Trey Lance, maybe he did, maybe he didn't. This is what I saw. I saw a quarterback who benefited from an entire organization propping him up. The defense. I mean, one after another. If the benching the entire defensive line wasn't enough, they had to bench the cornerbacks too. And he still completed like 63% of his throws. I mean, he should be completing like 75 in practice with no pass rush, where he can take his pick of Kittle, Ayuk, and Samuel and Mostert all the time. Use check too. How do you miss? I don't know. Anyway, some people are very impressed. Some people like him. Some people like the story of Jimmy Garoppolo. Most people like his face. I think he's a great guy. But I don't know. Maybe you guys are more enthusiastic about the Jimmy show today. Here's what happened. Hold on. Let me answer a couple of these questions real quick, and then I'll tell you what happened with Trey Lance, because that was interesting too. Double R Film says, should we be concerned again with our O-line yet? Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to talk about that a little later. Yes, be concerned about the offensive line. They didn't really address it that seriously this offseason. They got a rookie and dude who's 36. Trey Niner says, not sure if it was about Jimmy more than it was about not showing other teams how good our defense is. This was the day they couldn't turn off fan phones. Yeah, but they turned the media's phones off. All the best coverage for today came from fans. I love that. So much fun. Thank you.